Alright folks, what is up? This is One Big Bugger and I am coming at you with League of Legends. And something a little interesting here. You see my team across the bottom. We have Caitlyn, Leona, Garen. I am playing the epic Nunu bot, and we have our combo breaker having no skin on Kassadin. And up top will be against a Jungle Yi, a Akali, Rise, Tristana, and Malphite. Now, interestingly enough, when I played this game, I had been having a terrible day. I jungled almost all of the junglers I'm really good at. And what ended up happening? I got my ass kicked. Game after game, I just could not do well. I would die a lot, I just couldn't get ganks right, I just couldn't do anything right. And it was beyond frustrating. So I decided I'm going to play one last game, and when I played that game, I said, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to play a jungler that I never do good with. I'm going to play a jungler that... let me fix the frame rate before I go on. Alright, that takes care of that problem. I'm going to play a jungler that I've never had a good game with, that I've always done terrible with, and that I'm figuring, you know, if I'm going to suck, I'm just going to play to being suckage. And right now, I've already screwed up. If you look down here in my abilities, I took Ice Blast as my first ability instead of Consume, which does a 400 true damage to the target and healing myself for 125 plus 4 if against a minion. That includes jungle mobs, and that's what makes Nunu a good jungler. And instead of doing that, I ended up taking the Ice Blast. So I've already screwed up. Now I figure, well, hell, I've already screwed this up. This is just not going to go well. I've never been good at this, and I'm never going to be good at this. So, oh well, I'm sorry. But what ended up happening...
I feel so good now, so fed.
I don't know.
Members of Riot
maybe just because I got my volume turned up a little bit too loud.
Now watch
loud.
And learn from my moves, just like I've learned from freaks.
I'm telling you right now, folks. It's just English is failing me today. But anyways, yeah. So I do have the epic Nunu skin, as you can see here. Mechanical Nunu, whatever they call him, Nunu bot. And well, you'll just have to see how this goes. Now, I've actually got a new rune set that I'm using for Nunu. I'm not using any AP on him. And I've decided to go like an AP tank Nunu. Rather than an AP Nuker. I've going the traditional Nunu, I guess you could say.
Delicious.
And able to get Consume at least. I know I could have started Wolves, and if I had Consume, I probably would have. But the reality is, and I'm just going to talk, so I'm going to just let this go.
Yummy.
The reality is, without Consume, I just decided to go to Blue. Now, I kind of miss this. You know, and what do you mean I kind of... I miss some old school jungles. I miss seeing them, like Nunu. You don't see Nunu that much anymore. You know, you see a lot of Lee Sins and a lot of Mundos, and I see quite a few Nocturnes, but not very many, you know... matter of fact, I haven't seen a Nunu jungle. I haven't seen a Nunu jungle in months. This is the first time I've seen a Nunu jungle, and I have to be playing him, you know? So, I kind of miss that, because you used to see Nunu jungle quite a bit, but the meta's changed so much with different junglers. I mean, one of the more popular junglers coming nowadays, and I'm probably getting wind interference on my microphone, and I apologize. There was no heavy breeze when I started recording, and the weather decided, you know what, screw you, I'm going to start blowing. Oh, this is beyond annoying. Because it's not even a light breeze that's coming through. It's just like a heavy wind decided to kick up and say, "Hi, I'm here." But, as I was saying, one of the more favorite junglers now is Alistar, and it's easy to see why. Early game, Alistar is incredibly strong as a ganker. I mean, unless you flash away from him, I don't think I've had an early gank on Alistar fail. You know, and Akali here is gonna force a flash there, and I always figure that a good thing. And of course, once the breeze starts up on days like this, it doesn't relent. So if I get some wind interference, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I cannot afford to close the windows. It'll be a bit too warm in here if I do that. But, yeah, a jungle Alistar, man.
Delicious.
I don't think I've had an early gank fail on a jungle Alistar. Unless the person flash or ghosted away. Now, I saw Akali and Yi in the lane, and I decided to check it out. And interestingly enough, what I saw is Master Yi is level 2. And coming in again, I'm not going to be able to do much to Akali, but I just annoy her and give a little ice blast. Now, when I say I'm going a full AP tank Nunu, I kind of mean it. I'm not going for a Philo Stone. I'm not going for a Heart of Gold. At least I don't think I am. I don't know. I go straight for the Catalyst Protector into a Rod of Ages. And I don't know. Maybe it was doing that made it different. I have no idea. But this turned out to be a pretty successful run. You know, not as exciting as an Alistar in the beginning, where you're doing early ganks. But, still, why did it have to start now? It's going to annoy me because it's been still all this time. It's been completely, perfectly still today. There's been almost no breeze. And the minute I start doing a commentary, a heavy breeze picks up like a storm's rolling in. Sometimes I hate the weather. Anyways, I'll see how this turns out in the playback, and if the wind interference is too much, then I will just not bother putting it through. I can help a little bit by putting down my shade on one of them anyways. And here we go, Rise, way out of position. Now something that shouldn't have happened, yeah, that. Kassadin just should not have gone in. And flashing away Rise, but he's just not getting away from me. And even though I get the kill, we give up first blood to Rise, and that's not good. I doubt I could have killed Rise on my own, but probably one of the best things that could have happened is just Kassadin stayed out, because we wouldn't have given up first blood, but
Delicious.
not terrible at least. I mean, at least we get the kill in return. And as you saw there, diving the tower, I believe Garen got Akali. And we had a really good Garen in this game. He got fed. And again, you're talking about things I don't see very often. And that will be one of them right there. And moving down bottom for gank, as I see right there in trouble. And got him permaslowed, but not paying attention is Leona. She gets beat down, running away, and then I ask myself, why am I running away? This Tristana has nothing. So we turn around and we get a kill on her again, trading a kill for a kill. Not the best scenarios again, but at least we got something out of it, so not terrible. You know, but talk about things you don't see very often. I wanted to give Kassadin this blue, but he didn't want it. That's unusual. Here's something that I don't see very often either. And that is a solo top Garen. You know, again, talk about things I haven't seen in a long time. A solo top Garen, not only just a solo top Garen, a solo top Garen that's dominating versus an Akali. I mean, what type of tops do I usually see? Mordekaiser, again, I'll see a lot of Lee Sins. I see Malphites, Yoriks, Olafs, guys like that. This is the first time I've seen a solo top Garen in months, and he dominates, you know. There are a lot of characters I'm starting to see more often, and I'm starting to wonder about the viability of banning people like Morgana and Kassadin. Not that they're not dangerous, but even with his build change, I see a lot more rises nowadays. I see a lot of rises mid. And I'm starting to think maybe banning Rise would be a good idea. And this is kind of the one thing I really like about Nunu. You don't need Smite with him. Okay, you take a look at Smite. 570 true damage to enemy minion or pet. Right here, 400 true damage. Yes, it's 175 less, but it's like having an extra Smite on a... Right now, it's about a 12-second cooldown. And as I up the level... it'll be a smaller cooldown, and not only that, you get healed from it. So now with Nunu, what makes him the most dangerous, or puts him at his most dangerous, is two things. Number one, obviously his ulti. His ulti can be countered relatively easily, and I'm pretty sure we all know this. However, and you see here, I'm swinging in behind. Oh, and I did get a Philo Stone. I thought I went straight for a Catalyst. I don't remember going for the Philo Stone in this. I think I decided to go for it to help me keep up with my mana, but I've pushed in behind the tower, and I'm waiting for, you can see right there on the minimap, I'm waiting for that minion wave to pass right there. Now I'm making my way in behind them, and oh, man. Talk about coming too late, but oh, wait, what's this? You better leap, girl. You better leap. You didn't leap. And I'll just walk out of the tower here, and Malphite won't be able to keep up with me. But again, getting a kill in return, thanks to the red buff as well. I'm going to be straight with you. We didn't have the best Caitlyn, but they didn't have the best Yi either. And you want to go with me, bruh? Alright, let's go. Wrong time to Alpha Strike, Yi. Wrong time to Alpha Strike, and got them both low health, and there's Leona, and not managing to land her ulti, but I will flash in, start beating on Malphite, and there's a slow, and picking up another kill. Like I said, right there, what making Nunu the most dangerous, his ulti. And they walked into it at the wrong time. And if Leona had been closer, we could have killed both, but didn't work out that way. But again, his Nunu, his ulti can be stopped easily. Any silence, anything that taunts him, that moves him, that interrupts him in any way will stop his ulti. And it's not that they don't have the ability to do that. I don't think that Ryze's Rune Prison interrupts Nunu's ulti, because I think Ryze throws it on me at one time and it doesn't work. And our Kassadin being beat in the mid by Ryze. Yeah, but nothing to it there. Give me 1 second, folks. First the breeze, now my nose. Lovely. But the thing about this team is, granted they have two ways to stop my ulti, but they have to do it with their own ultis. And I think that they use their ultis, or they just panic and run. Maybe they weren't that good. I don't know. But every time I pull my ulti off in this game, I get to pull off a full ulti. Now, I don't always catch people in that ulti. And, oh, man, I tell you, bottom dying so many times was worrying me. But you don't I lost my train of thought. I don't always catch somebody in my ulti when I do it in this game. There are a couple times everyone managed to get out, and that's because I was just forgetting to freaking move when it was time. And coming in behind, oh look, and there's Yi. Okay. Yeah, that can't slow, not gonna help. And I ignore Yi, go straight for Rise, and there we go, picking him up again. I don't know, it's like Yi's determined to be in the middle of my ulti when it goes off. He hit his ulti, and I don't think that was to stop him from being slowed. I think that was to, attack faster for all the nothing that it did. And I must say, yes, I did. I did go for the Heart of Gold. I did go for the Philo Stone. I had forgotten that I did that. I thought I went straight for the Catalyst Protector, which I think I'm waiting for it to tick out. Yeah, there we go. I was just more or less waiting for the Catalyst to tick out. Now, I don't know if this will work in a game where our opponents are more skilled, but it worked in this game, and I had a lot of fun doing it. I mean, I'm 4-0-1 right now as Nunu, which has never happened before, ever. And with Nunu, if I wanted to, I wouldn't say it'd be the smartest move, but yeah, there you go. Just tower diving at will at this point on a Kali. I smited the golem early like I do in most games, just because at this point I'm pretty much sure that nobody's coming to steal it. But you know, I've never gone this way with Nunu, and I'm just having so much fun. I mean, they're not warding anything, and as you can see, I can just walk right in behind them and using her ulti to get me away. But then there's Malphite chasing after a very hurt Leona, and I'm trying my best to get there and save him. Her shield keeping her protected. There's the slow, which will give her enough to get away, and that will be the end of Malphite. Just getting a little over greedy, seeing that almost no health and just going for her. And ultimately paying for it, going under the tower. I mean, I can understand wanting to get that kill. I mean, especially if she had that shield going, which is probably the only thing that kept her alive. But there comes a point where you got to turn around. But even I got to admit, I probably would have done the same thing, because I'd have been so frustrated that I couldn't kill her before she reached the towers. I'm like, damn it, if I gotta die going under the tower to kill you, I'm going to. But I managed to get just in range, just in time to get an ice ball on Malphite and stop him. And Master Yi coming in now. I should have just ultied under the tower. Probably could have finished him off with Caitlyn, but I couldn't trust that Caitlyn to do what was needed the way she had been playing. So I decided to not. Now, basically, kind of what's allowing me to go this way, of course, is the fact that I'm 5-0-1 right now. So I've been able to pull together plenty of gold. So that's kind of why I think this build is working. But what was I saying earlier? Oh, I was going to go down bottom to gank, and they started coming up, placing a ward for all that it did, which was nothing. And going to check Dragon, yeah, well, guess what, guys? It's not there. You can go away now. And not exactly sure what they think they're going to do at this point, as they're piling up mid. Oh, hi, Triss. I tried to ice ball her, but it didn't work, and I didn't want to pursue her. And seeing all them here, we decide just to come in and... Oh, ice ball, stun. Oh, you want to jump in? Let's jump in. Boom! She knocks him into range for the sacrificial rise. But, yeah, this is not going to go in our favor. And why is this not going to go in our favor? Yeah, well... Hello, look where Caitlyn is. And unfortunately, we feed Yi a triple kill, including a shutdown. And that really bothered me. That bothered me to no end. And like I said, yeah, where's Caitlyn right now? Where's Caitlyn? Where? She didn't come up. She didn't follow. You know, and that made me very angry at that point. And her excuse is, oh, well, our tower was being pushed. Our tower was being pushed by minions. Yeah, there it is. Turret was pushed by minions. It was being pushed by minions. The tower would have survived. It was more important that she got her ass up into the mid lane to help hold it and fight off who was there. And that's what pissed me off. Not sure what I'm doing as I'm watching Malphite chase Garen back a little bit, but fortunately the triple kill for Yi is not going to have much of an impact on this game. I think basically because it wasn't a very good Yi. Take a look right now. Wriggle's Lantern. He's going into a BF sword already with Berserker Greaves. I don't know. Akali's pretty much been taken out of the game. 4 deaths, no kills. 54 farm compared to Garen's 93. Ryze has got decent farm, but he's got 2 kills, but he's died 3 times. Trist is only 1 and 2. Malphite is 2 and 2. So even with a triple kill, Yi has only gone up 1 kill versus his negative. Versus me, 77 minion farm with 5 kills, 1 death, 2 assists, 3 kills, 2 deaths, no assists with an 86 farm. And look at this, just walking down into the middle of the group, and I just barely caught Akali on that one. But chasing down Ryze at this point, I see that Leona's in trouble and immediately turn around and grabbing Yi with Kassadin and then taking out Malphite and Caitlyn getting Tristana down bottom and Garen finishing up Ryze in the mid lane. Definitely not working out in their favor. And Garen continuing on, beating on Akali down here in the lane. As I said, the Fed Garen making a huge difference. A Fed Nunu doesn't hurt either. Frack this wind, honestly. And the thing is, it's coming from a strange direction. Normally the wind from here blows from one direction almost all the time. And currently it's blowing from another direction, which it rarely blows from. And that's what's making it even more annoying. But, I was talking earlier, Nunu. What makes Nunu dangerous, again, is ulti. And the only 2 ways they have to stop my ulti is with either Malphite ulti or Tristana ulti. Those are the only 2 ways they could stop the ulti. And interestingly enough, I don't know if they had them or not, but they never use them to stop me. So, even if you don't catch people in Nunu's ulti, or you don't catch them in a full channel ulti, it's usually a good tool to use to cause a team to panic. If they have little to no way to stop you, the team will panic and they will usually break in all different directions trying to get away from you. And that will really screw up a team fight for them. And look at this, 3 on 2, now it's 3 on 3, and I'm just charging down the lane. I don't care, get back here. I'm just walking into the fight and whoop, ulti time. You see, exactly what I'm talking about. I didn't catch anyone in it, but I started them scrambling. And Yi's coming down. Oh, now it's time to back off. But we still managed to deal a good amount of damage. Oh, thanks, Trist. Because honestly, I probably would have never gotten away had you not helped me. And trying to get the shot in, but no, but won't matter though. Won't matter. And down goes Malphite. Now going for Trist, who's going to flash. I don't know why I'm gone back, but she does jump away. And, oh, they're going to run, but wait. Let me speed up Kassadin, and he comes in from the back. I come in from the side. Silence, walk in, snowball, dead. Managing to chase down Yi as well by going around the tower. That's something that's really helping to have Nunu too, is your ability to speed yourself and speed others up when walking. Really helpful. And Garen just eating up the top lane right now. 2 turrets down and going. And also picking up the bottom turret right now. So my team is definitely on a steamroll move, which made me feel really good. And sitting at 5-1 and 7, I'm feeling pretty good as well as Nunu. But yeah, definitely the ulti causing people to scramble, disorganizing another team's ability to fight. And of course, as I've been using constantly throughout, as you've seen, Nunu's Ice Blast, which is a virtual perma-slow. I think you get a brief window where you're not slowed, and then he slows you again because you almost can't get out of range of him for most characters unless you have something like Tristana's jump to leap away from him. So that's what makes him dangerous, especially if you've got a long way to run or you've got nowhere to run to, like a turret. And, well, yeah, you just end up screwing yourself over, because you're probably not going to get away from Nunu. Now, in this game, I don't think I ever once set what I like to call an ulti trap. I just... Yep, there we go. Again, I forgot to cancel my ulti, and Leona in trouble. She flashes away, and unfortunately she'll be killed. I'm continuing to walk away, but wait a minute! Garen's here! Ow. But Kassadin managing to chase Akali around. I don't know if he had help or not. I think Caitlyn was helping. And things were starting to go bad for us. And then a level 16 Garen shows up and starts slicing and dicing everyone. And suddenly the whole fight changed. Yeah, I kept forgetting to cancel my ulti. And yeah, chase him, Yi, chase him. And that's one of the reasons I wasn't catching people. Better to catch them in a partially channeled ulti than in a no channel, and then not catch anybody in a full channel ulti. So, yeah, definitely better that way. As we're going to completely own this tower now. And I'm thinking, golems. Not very nice, Kassadin there stealing that small golem from Garen, but then again, Garen is very fed. And as you can see down here, I've got my Rod of Ages. I'm pretty sure it's not maxed out yet, but it's still along pretty well. And I've got a Giant's Belt, and oh, hi Trist! You're not going anywhere. And there's Malphite going after Kassadin, and he will Rift Walk away. And getting the stun on him, continuing to fight him, but nobody else is there. It's time to get out, girl. And waiting for my ulti, waiting. I have it. Why am I not turning around? Oh, there I am. Yee, bugging out of there, but I will catch Akali. Interesting, Yi activated his ulti and flashed. But, hey, he got out. That's all that matters, I suppose. Except, quick unlock the site. He didn't get away. He should have never came back, especially with a fed Garen. Garen right now rocking the Atmogs with a heart of gold. That's all it takes to be dangerous. Look at Triss just shooting at him. Garen's like, go away, little girl. And walking in there as well. 3 of us now, and that's not a place Triss wants to be. And not exactly sure why you would pull that kind of move, but alright guys, it's time to leave. They're starting to come up. A little too much here. I don't know, if I could jungle on Nunu like this more often, I would. I gotta say that much. because he's just really fun to play, especially when you can jump into a lane from the jungle and just charge people down and they run away from you. You know, even if it's like a 2v3 situation, they see you coming, they're like, oh, time to leave.
Delicious.
You know, that makes any hero a lot of fun, but to me particularly makes a jungler a lot of fun. And they were telling me to come and get red, and I was like, you know, go ahead and take it. Like, no, you get it. I was like, well, give it to Garen. He's there. He's also the most fed. You know, give it to Garen. But yeah, I just picked up my Ryla's Crystal Scepter, more health, more ability power, and it also gives me a slow on spell effect. Not that it really matters, but it's enough to give my ulti something to think about. Let me lock sight again. In a full channel, I can get 875 plus 395. We'll just round it up to 400 for the hell of it. So that's, what, 1,275 damage, a little less than that. Oh, about 1,270 damage. Look, just running down into the lane, just chasing them down. And focusing Tristan. Malphite's going to get the ulti on us. Not that it's going to do anything, except make it easier to catch him, because now we don't have to turn back for him. And Akali running up the Dragon Way there, and this is going to begin a chase that unfortunately is not going to work out. Spoiler alert, but it was still fun. You know, it's like knowing she's there and trying to find her. And I thought, well, no, she's gone. We're not going to get her. And, oh, wait, there she is! Now, I know I'm faster than she is, not just for Blood Boil, but I'm also rocking movement speed quints and flashing in and get the ice ball, but I'm like, alright. But Smart Girl flashes over the wall and she'll manage to get away. And I look this way for her. The reality is she probably went this way, or is hiding over in here, but I went this way looking for her. But she manages to get away, and to be honest, it's about the only good thing she did all game. I can't knock her too much. I mean, she got beat by Garen. That doesn't mean she didn't try hard. She could have just had a bad game, been new to Akali. The guy that was playing Garen was just really good on Garen. You know, there is any number of reasons, and I try really not to knock people for not doing well. And, oh, hi, E. Alpha Strike and run away. Just gathered up around the turret. Here comes Garen. Alright, now I'm feeling better. As we just continue to poke around the turret. In a short moment here, yeah, you're gonna see this rise. And I don't understand what the... I mean, honestly, what? Where's he trying to go? And I didn't realize that till he was almost dead. He's going to flash over the wall, and unfortunately, I don't have a flash to follow. And Cass does not have a Rift Walk, but still picking up Tristana is Garen down at the bottom tower. And Caitlyn by herself down bottom getting taken out as well. But the bottom turret's down, leaving an open inhibitor. And now we're trying to kind of split push a little bit, but I don't think it's going to work very well. As they go after Garen, but no. And that's going to be a very dead Akali in a moment. She's going to try and juke back, but it's just not going to be enough. At this point, I see Garen going back, and I'm like, I probably could be a dominating force on the field right now, something to be worried about. I mean, they have run away from me plenty of times. But other than my Ice Ball and my ulti, I'm not doing a lot of damage. And even with those, I'm not doing a ton of damage either. I mean, 275 plus 164, that is quite a bit, but it's all that I have other than my ulti. I have seen AD Nunus, which can be truly threatening. Although it's not the typical way to go. It may even get you in trouble with the people you're playing with, but I have seen it. I've seen an AD ulti just melt faces. But that's not the way I'm going. I'm going an AP tank Nunu because I want to be able just to walk into the middle of a group and start my ulti and not have to worry about them killing me. Granted, they could interrupt it, but they won't kill me before it goes off. And now I'm starting to build towards damage. I got a needlessly large rod. I got a blasting wand. So yes, I am building for the Rabadon's death cap. My ulti now, level 16, 1,125 plus 710. We got 1,835 damage on my ulti. And we'll just boost that even further with Baron. Another 810, so that's almost 2,000 damage on a fully channeled ulti. That is definitely something to be worried about. And I am hitting pretty hard now. I mean, part of your hits are based off your ability power, and that is kind of what makes Nunu good as an AP tank, as well as the fact that he can speed up his attack. He can speed up his attack speed fairly well, which makes his hits a little bit more dangerous than your average. But yeah, I have Baron, but it's like I want blue buff. I don't know why they're picking that tower. Even if it went down, it's not a big deal. It's only Malphite as well, so Leona under the tower should be able to handle that without too much of a problem. I had this one game and I forgot to record it. This group had trolled the hell out of us. And I'm waiting to move in. There's Cassin, there's Akali, you know Yee's around there. But here comes tanky Nunu and... Oh, hi Akali! I don't know why my ice ball wouldn't not take off on her. And again, she's going to try and juke back, but it's just not going to work. Not with a Nunu sitting there perma-slowing you.
Delicious.
And Cassidon chasing Yee and being driven out by Malphite as it come around to make sure they're not chasing him. They tried to troll us pretty hard. Oh, and there's Yee going for the red buff. Well, we can't have that. And trying to chase down Malphite. And there we go, managing to clean him up easily. But as I was trying to say, yeah, we had a group tried to troll my team pretty hard. They went all AD carries. And they went all mid. And for the beginning part, I have to admit, they beat us pretty hard. I don't want to be tanking the tower because I have a lot of health, but I don't have a lot of armor, so. But we actually managed, my team, a group of randoms, managed to push them out pretty well in the end. And there we go, folks. There's the GG. We actually won, and we won because we had a lot of crowd control. We had Alistair, which was me, and a Leona, and a couple others. I mean, everyone had a form of hard CC on my team, so we were able to beat an entire team of AD carries in what turned out to be something similar to an all-random, all-mid, but that's another story. And unfortunately, I didn't record that game. I forgot to have my LOL recorder up, but oh well, what can you do? Anyways, folks, I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. As always, this is One Big Bugger signing out, and I'll see you next time.